When it comes to the perfect family meal, Sunday meal, meatballs are the best. I don't know about you, but I was born and raised in Italy, and to me, meatballs are magic. I have very many different versions of meatball, but this is my favorite, also because I get to cook it in my favorite pot. Oh, mamma mia. It's an enamel cast iron Dutch oven from Marquette Castings. Beautiful red, plus red is my favorite color, but the flavor that it brings out. The recipe is very simple. Let me show you exactly how to make it. What we have in here is some ground beef, and what I have in here is sausages. Why? Sausages are already full of spices, and what I like to do is to add the beef and the sausage together so they exchange the flavors inside. At this point, one of the things that I like to do is add quite a bit of shredded bread. This is day-old bread that I've shredded in very fine pieces. Then, the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go with our eggs. So here we go with the first. We're going to put a second. Then the next thing, in spite of the fact that we have a lot of flavors already in there, I always like to put a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt, if you can, sea salt. Sea salt, in my opinion, has a much better flavor and is quite conducive to the look, the feel, and the spirituality of this recipe. And then here is the cheese. Now, the cheese that I'm using is Parmigiano Reggiano. When you get to this point, what you want to do is mix all of the ingredients with your hands, just like this. At this point, we pretty much have what we want. Here is when I do make a little bit of addition of breadcrumbs. Why? Why dry breadcrumbs Italian style? Very simple. These breadcrumbs now are completing the texture between the softness of the bread and everything else that we placed in there. The cheese is bringing out this astonishing flavor. And remember this, we have the sausage in there, and the sausage has all sorts of flavor. We're now ready to make our meatballs, and let me show you how to do that. What I like to do, I place them right here in the middle of my hand, and then making a circular motion, I go around just like this. All right, all the meatballs are made. Now, let me show you how to cook them. What we need to do is to add the tomato sauce and beef stock. And look what I do. I like to put it in the container with the tomato sauce so I don't waste any of it. And I add it back into the Dutch oven. Now, I'm gonna turn on the heat, and we're going to bring this to a soft boil of a medium-high heat. The mixture of tomato sauce and beef stock has now reached a fairly vivacious soft boil, and it's at this point that we do like to add the meatballs, because what we want to do is to braise the meatballs in the sauce. When you do add them, be very gentle. Don't just throw them in there. The tomato sauce is going to splash back and you will not like it. Mamma mia, Sunday dinner with the family, nothing better. I make my favorite dish in my favorite pot, my Dutch oven, all red. Look how cute it is. Come on, take a look at this. Spaghetti and meatballs. They're magic. Would you like some?